Hello friends and followers, it's Vicky from MindBodyFood. Anxiety doesn't seem to be going anywhere in our fast-paced modern world, and it's often misunderstood on some simple tools that you can use to help combat what causes your anxiety. Now there's different causes of anxiety, but it's important to recognize that there are mind-body tools that you can use to help diffuse that nervous system from overreacting and creating nervous tension and anxiety in the body. And there's also cognitive-based approaches as well. So it depends on what is actually the root cause of any previous trauma or any childhood conditioning or any particular events or circumstances that have developed a certain belief system or a habit loop of worrying thoughts. A lot of our anxiety processes, just like stress, is often interpreted through our sensory circuits. So that is how we interpret the external world and then filter it into our internal world. And depending on the meanings and perspectives that we have in our emotional center, in our emotional brain from previous experience, our brain's going to try and figure out what does this incoming information actually mean to us personally. And then it then creates that reaction or response internally. So that means it's reflecting back the representation of what something means to us and how it will impact us. So the first tool that I want to show you is actually a really fantastic mind-body tool. And it is one that stimulates both hemispheres of your brain. Now, often with anxiety, it's triggered by our right hemisphere. It starts to get caught up in that imaginative process of visualizing, futurizing, catastrophizing certain things that we associate with fear or worry. And that creates, of course, panic, which can then elicit that response and build the anxiety in the moment for the body or the body-mind, and we just get simply swept up in it. So the easiest way to do this is to simply grab a water bottle or a ball or something. And I'm going to use one of my little vases that is right behind me. So what I want you to do is just simply, and I'm going to step back so that you can watch me. What I want you to do is to grab an object. A water bottle is really great for this. You can use a vase like I have. Just simply grab it with one hand and pass it over the center of your body. And just simply cross over that object. What this does is it stimulates both hemispheres of your brain. So it actually starts to take you out of your right active hemisphere when anxiety starts to really take over, and it turns on your left hemisphere. And it starts to bring in some of that logic, some of that awareness, some of that problem solving, and bring you into the now. As you do this, it's a really great idea to take some nice deep breaths. So in through the nose, and then out through the mouth. Now sometimes I like to do breathing that goes in and out through the olfactory canal, the nose, but sometimes it's actually very helpful to breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. Out through the mouth just helps you to really exhale completely so that you can allow the neck, the shoulders, the chest to relax as you exhale. And the more that you can take these breaths and slow them down as you are moving this object across the center of your body bilaterally, stimulating both hemispheres of your brain and really getting out of that overactive right hemisphere and bringing the brain into some coherence. As you take the nice deep breaths along with it, you are also calming your nervous system and you're moving from the overactive sympathetic nervous system responsible for your fight, flight, or freeze response. And you are starting to shift gears into your relaxation response, the opposite part of your autonomic nervous system, which is your parasympathetic nervous system. Your parasympathetic nervous system is the one that helps to induce your rest and digest relaxation response. It's the opposite of the stress response. So you're doing a few different things here just by moving this object across your body and having to stimulate both parts of the brain, bring brain coherence, step out of that overactive thinking and imagination getting away with you on the right hemisphere of your brain. And then you're also using your breath to really start to slow down the energy that's created in your breath when you move into your relaxation response. So you're moving from stress to relaxation. And you might also notice as you do this exercise, it's a good idea to do it for a minute, which is why I'm continuing to do it while I talk to you. So as you do this for about a minute or so, you'll start to notice that there is an energy shift in your body. And there starts to feel almost this energy that is swirling around your entire skull. So as you're crossing this back over, you might actually feel this sensation of energy on both sides of your skull. It's bringing that coherence and making both sides work together to actually complete this movement. So as this takes the focus, whatever it was that your right hemisphere was really focused on creating havoc in your stress and your nervous system and in your thinking, that was eliciting that stress response and exacerbating or instigating those anxious feelings or that actual anxiety, it's being diffused. It's being confused in the brain and overtaken so that both brain hemispheres are able to become coherent and work together instead of one taking over. So this is a really, really simple and very easy tool to do, but it is highly effective. It works on the brain, it works on the nervous system, it works on your energy system. So it does several things at once. Now, after you've done this for about a minute, taking nice deep breaths in through the nose, really filling up the belly, not so much the shoulders or the chest, but really allowing the lungs to fill up with energy and oxygen. And then to exhale fully, to have that full gas exchange between the oxygen in and the carbon dioxide out. As you take those breaths and you slow down your breathing and your heart rate, and you are stimulating your brain and you're moving from stress response to a relaxation response, your whole body is starting to calm down and come into the present moment. It's starting to really rewire this reaction or tendency to activate that stress, elicit that anxiety loop and those negative feelings and then negative heavy energy or the overactive energy as well that can come with it. So it starts to really diffuse all of that and bring you into the present moment, feeling much calmer, much more relaxed, distracted from that old loop that has you getting into that anxiety loop, and brings you into a space where you can then remind yourself everything's okay, you are safe. Your body knows that you're safe, your nervous system knows that you're safe, your brain now is understanding that you are safe. So it's just a matter of allowing that process to really remind you in the present moment that you are safe, everything is fine, you are calm, you are feeling calm and relaxed, and you have then taken an opportunity to diffuse that anxiety before it has gotten out of control. And this is something that you can continue to do and practice as often as you need to in being able to diffuse that anxiety response. Practice this one, bilateral stimulation. Grab any object and move it across your body, taking nice deep breaths for at least a minute. Try that and let me know how it goes for you. Bye.